Welcome back to your Epic Life Masterclass. We're at Module 2 of your no-fail strategies to step into an epic life. And remember, an epic life is one with energy and peacefulness and inspiration and connection. Before we dive in, I want to congratulate you on coming to Episode 2 or Module 2 because so many people are not able to stay focused long enough. But you're showing that you care about yourself enough to want to really get all of this. So I'm excited for you. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to step into your most epic life in just 5 minutes a day so you can enjoy the things you do and the people that you do them with. Imagine with me a life with more energy to not only do what needs to be done, but to have fun in your life. A stronger sense of peacefulness that gets you through the stress of each day. And imagine having the margin in your life to invite more inspiration and creativity into your daily life. And imagine deepening your connections, your connection to the people you truly love, to your own self, and to the power of love, to that which is beyond. It's powerful, and you are amazing because you're stepping into it. We're at the point where we're going to learn about our first shield, cultivate compassion. In this lesson, you're going to identify your secret power to have what you want. You're going to strengthen your internal antidote to compassion fatigue, and you're going to step into your foundational practice of your strategy. Always, always begin with yourself. Self-compassion is the seed of all compassion. And in order to tap into that self-compassion, I want you to go through an exercise with me called 7 Layers Deep, because I want you to find out your why. Why do you want to do this work? Having a powerful why is what will pull you into continuing. It'll pull you into what you need to do, doing the things that you need to do. It's a very simple process, but simple doesn't mean easy. Internal change is very, very challenging. And so the first thing that we're going to do is step into our why. Now, this exercise that I recommend that you do is called 7 Layers Deep. And you can find more about it in your workbook. What you do is you get with someone else, someone to listen to you, to really listen to you. And they will ask you, why do you want to do this process? Why do you want to have an epic life? Why do you want to make your life better? And they will listen to the answer, and they will pick out part of that answer and say, well, why is that important to you? They'll pick out the seed, and then you go through this 7 times. Why do you want to do the work? Why is this part important to you? Why is this part important to you? At the end of 7 layers, you should be able to get to the root of what's going on with you and why you want to do something different. When I did this exercise around why I want to bring this epic life process to the community, I realized that when I was at my worst in compassion fatigue, my symptoms had me having fractured relationships with my children, with my husband, and we ended up divorced. I was having trouble getting along with some of my coworkers, and I was snapping at people. I was one of those jerks that you see at McDonald's being rude to the clerk. I was not myself. And I wish that I had had someone to show me the simplest way to regain myself. And that's why I do what I do. Because me, 25 years ago, needed me today to help her go through her process and learn how to love her life again. That's what I want to be for you, because there was nobody there for me. It is my great privilege to have the knowledge and to be able to share it. So 7 Layers Deep is an incredibly powerful exercise. Having that why is what gets me up every day, trying to figure out how to let you know, how to help you into this process. So do the 7 layers deep exercise. The next thing I want you to think about is how to cultivate compassion satisfaction. Now, compassion satisfaction is the feel good of helping somebody. We're hardwired to help other people. If you watch little kids, if you ask a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old to help you with something, the odds are pretty good that they're going to say yes, and they're going to be excited to help you, because that's what humanity is all about. So it feels good to help somebody. It feels good. And in 911, in other high intensity, stressful occupations, we don't have the chance to feel the feeling of feel good. And so what I want you to do in your 5 minutes a day of intentional silence, which is our core exercise, 5 minutes a day of intentional silence, I want you to take a few moments and remember a time when you really help somebody. It might be something so small. And especially if you can remember sometime when you help somebody in your work. So for me, one of the things I remember is one time we were getting slammed. You know how it is in the comm center. We were getting slammed, and I got a call from a little old lady. She sounded really frail. I don't know how old she was, but she sounded old. And she said her husband had died 7 years before, and he had told her never to put a battery in the trash can, but to dispose of them properly. And she didn't know how. Could you help me, honey? She asked. And so I was able to refer her to the fire department, who had a program to collect the used batteries. And she went on and on and on, thanking me. And in the midst of all the BS calls that we get and all the stuff we can't do anything about, it felt really good to help her. And so when I want to increase my compassion satisfaction, I remember that feeling, and I remember how it felt in my body. And that's really key, is to remember how it feels in our body and stay with that feeling for as long as we can. Now, research is showing that we can only stay with a feeling for about 90 seconds. And so what happens when we have a negative feeling, you know how things feel awful and we can't seem to get away from it? We're repeating it in our brain. And so what we need to do when it's negative is feel it, really feel it for 90 seconds and release it instead of rehashing it. But we try to push it away, we rehash it. And so staying with a feeling is a whole different game. So I want you to cultivate that compassion satisfaction in your 5 minutes a day. Intentional silence is the most powerful thing that you can do to reclaim your life. And so I really want you to grab a hold of this 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes each day. Now, in this process, one of the cool things to know is that connection is a turbocharger. When we connect with other people who are on this journey, we can really ramp up our ability to stick with the 5 minutes a day. So in the next video, we're going to receive the formula to shape your future for the rest of your life. And it's really powerful. So I'll see you in the next module.